Hey everyone, this is Chou, co-founder of Metablox.co. And I'm making this video to talk about to the early community of Metablox.co who's been with us very patiently about the new updates, new features, and how I would engage with the game loop and get some advantages, some alpha. Keep in mind, if you don't know, this is Metablox.co and it's a Web3 museum plot project. It's like a passion thing for me where I want to preserve humanity's most important memories onto the blockchain so it doesn't live on Google servers, Google Drive, Google Photos, or Dropbox, because 40 years later, we still want these important memories preserved. So let's check out how I use this and get into that. I want to be clear that this, again, is the passion project. It's not going to be about going to the moon, getting rich. It's something that I think would be very meaningful and valuable 40 years from now, 10, 20, 30, 40 years from now. And those who are spending money here, the game loop does not require any spending money. You can just enjoy and contribute. But people who do spend money are the ones who want to support the mission. Okay, just making that very clear. So when I'm on Metablox.co, obviously there's this is San Francisco, all the blocks. First thing I do is collect my meta rent, right? And so this is like my blocks that will generate resources called meta rent. As you can see, I own quite a bit of blocks. I've been buying it around from people too, et cetera, et cetera. And you can see that there are two that's already full that I have to collect. Some of them are still accumulating. And this deals with things like, you have tier 5 blocks or how high it's leveled. We're going to talk about some of those. And, even though this is tier 3, it's still, leveling up faster or getting meta rent faster than some other ones. And being in San Francisco, because it's one of the pillar cities, there's like extra boosters, like community boosters, et cetera. So it does level up a bit faster. But so we're gonna collect this, right? So collecting, and yay, we got 5,000 more. So one of the new features is the leaderboard, and the leaderboard talks about how many things people have. We divide in 3 sections right now. Later will be more mini sections on blocks, memories, and meta rent. We can see that I own 26 blocks right now, but number 1 owns 60 blocks, quite a bit. And memories, let's see, but all time. Yeah, some people have quite a bit of around number 3. And then meta rent. So all time, some people have, a lot of meta rent. But one of the most important things, and this is something you want to pay attention because this is actionable, is that we have every week we have a event period. Now we have a promotion where some of these things will be upgraded with a facelift visually. But if you're rank 1 for that week, you'll get 5 blocks credit, which we'll talk about later. Basically gives you a free blocks. Like each blocks credit is worth $100. So each one of them gives you a free NFT instead of spending $100, right? So if you are high ranking in any one of these, you will get basically $500 worth of NFT credits to just choose the place you want. Before, we just gave people blocks. We say, hey, tell us the blocks you want to get, and we'll just give it to you. We'll mint it for you, but it's just too much work. So we just give people blocks credit, and they can spend all the time they want to find their perfect spot that they care about in the real world. So 5, 3, 2, 1, right? And then you get Metablox coin, which we'll talk about later. That's important to root memories onto the blockchain. That's another recent feature. We can root memories onto the blockchain now, which is our vision, right? So you can see that right now, because we're in the quiet period, some of these features are stealthy. Right now, no one has got any blocks, right? And so in this video, I will probably go and mint the blocks with my blocks credit. Remember, I get it for free with the blocks credit. And if I'm number 1, then that will give me 5 blocks credits to use for next week. I can do number 1. If someone comes in, I can put in 2 or 3, get to number 1, get 5 more, and just roll that cycle, right? If no one's competing with me, it would be kind of smart for some of you to all right, put in 1 or 2 if you have free blocks credit, just to get 5. For meta rent, event period, see, I just collect the meta rent, right? So I'm number 3 on the leaderboard, which means I will actually get 2 blocks credit, which I can do the strategy I just told you about, and I'll get 50 Metablox coin, which we'll talk about why that matters. Now, these things require, blocks to do it. The way to be top of the leaderboard is to put in memories. This is what we want the most. We want people to input good quality memories onto Metablox.co. And if you do that, again, this week, no one, right? So if I'm going to put a memory myself. So if people put in memories and you're top on this week within like 1 day and 23 hours, you will be on top of this leaderboard without spending, any resources on getting an NFT, without collecting that, sorry, I just hit my mic, without collecting, meta from the blocks. You could just put some time in, put in some photos, and you'll be on this leaderboard. And again, you will get, depending on where you rank, but right now it's going to be number one, 5 blocks credit, free NFTs, $100 each, or a Metablox and 50 Metablox coins, which again, we'll tell you it's useful later on in this video. Yeah, so that's the leaderboard. So I'll tell you how I would play this game, okay? So first of all, I would go to my profile and, how to get, and I want to make sure I maximize meta rent, right? So first thing is I would go to a property that I can already level up. And so right here, it's the vault. Yeah, I can just click that button, but I want to showcase this to you, right? So we can see this is a Blocks, an NFT property in San Francisco. And you can see that this has a memory. It gives me 12, basically, points, memory marks, to level up my property. Yeah. And, I could, and so see, this memory is on the blockchain. So what's interesting here is that, like, I own the blocks. So when a memory has memory marks, people labeling it inspiring, heartwarming, enjoyable, and solemn, it gives you memory mark points, okay? And the memory mark points help you level up. Like right now it's a level 2, but it's crossed a 30 threshold because it's 59. And why is it 59? Because if a memory is on the blockchain on IPFS, every memory mark counts as 5 times more stronger. So I only have one memory, and this memory has 12 memory marks, and there's some other components that I'm not going to include here. But because it's on, I recently just put it on the blockchain. Now it has 59. So I can level up, and we'll get more meta rent per day and higher storage. So let's see that in action. Level up. Would you like to level up this vault for 20 meta rent? Got to spend a little meta rent. And then, yes, the vault has reached level 3. The vault will now generate 36 meta rent a day, and the meta rent storage will increase to 360. Also, this is something people don't know. When you level up a blocks, you will get Metablox coins every time you level up. So it's very important. Actually, this is the base level of meta rent. So I think this might need to change because there's some boosters here. So it says 63. It's going to be higher than 63. So this, we might need to update the numbers for sure. But it's important because you can just get Metablox coins by just leveling up a property. Okay, and this is the actual cryptocurrency or token that we would have on a exchange one day if we feel like the legality is working out. We don't want to, have a passion museum project and get into these kind of compliance legal things. It is working in our favor like year after year. So that's good. So yeah, so we got this. And now see, this is a level 2, generation 1 level 2. I refresh this and hopefully it updates immediately. We'll see. Yeah, see, now it's level 3. Level 3. So now it's 68 per day, right? So now it's a tier 5, which is the most powerful one, and level 3. And hey, looks like I might be close to leveling up again. So we'll see. Okay, so this is the first way I would make sure that if I have a blocks and I would want to root the memory and then levels up. Okay, so how do we root memories, right? That's a different question. Well, we use Metablox coin. And so let me find a property that I want to do right now. Like these things, I can only do it once. Once I do it, I can't do it anymore. So that's why I'm like a little careful. All right, this is my vacation home in Taichung, Taiwan. Okay, and I have three memories about how we love the place, we bought it, how we renovated it, and how we finished it. Looks great. And see, these all have some meta rent or memory marks to it. So basically, I see this. Oh, by the way, I want to make it clear. I own this blocks because I want to make sure I have the incentives there. And so I am going to root to the blockchain. And it says, do you want to route this memory to IPFS with 1 Metablox coin? I have quite a few right now because I've been playing the game. So root for 1 Metablox coin. Yes, let's do it. Your memory is now on its way to the blockchain. Yay. And probably it might take 10 minutes and whatnot. When it's on the blockchain, it it doesn't look pretty, but at least it's stored there. And so it says root in progress. I'm gonna do it for all of these. Okay, so root in blockchain, root for one Metablox coin. Yes, let's do it. So again, if you don't have Metablox coin, then can't do this. So that's why I say the easiest way to get both Metablox coin and credit is to just put in a memory and be high on the leaderboard. For now, once more people do it, it's not going to be that easy, right? Like there's not that many things you can just do like 1 or 2 actions and be top of the leaderboard, right? It's just early community stuff. So yeah, so I'm going to do it for all of them. And if we are lucky, I don't know if we're that lucky because it takes like maybe 10 minutes. Yeah, it's still root in progress. So let's refresh. Maybe we can come back to this in this video, or let's see if we refresh, it doesn't work, then oh, we moved away. Let's go back to this. Yeah, okay. Well, let's come back to this a bit later. All right, so that's how you root a memory, right? Now, sometimes one of my strategy is go around the map and find something that already has a lot of memory marks there, but it's still unowned. No one has it yet. And this is why, I own this place. It's pretty hilarious. We have a very passionate member, Hitid. I don't know how it's HTID. I'm gonna say it's Hitid. Like I'm gonna say Hitid, and he has been posting a lot of not only memories but a lot of moments, which is a different thing. But it's been getting a variety of memory marks. So you can see that actually there's 256 memory mark points to this, right? So I saw that, but he didn't own the blocks. He just kept adding moments and memories to it. So it's building up a value without owning it. So I used my Metablox credit and I just got it, right? And so now it's level 5, actually, generation 1, level 5. And so far, this is the only blocks on iCustomer, I think, that's level 5. Level 5 is completion of generation 1. There's some mechanics to go to generation 2. Like we're going to try this because this is the first time it's ever been done live. So I want to level up this and bring this generation 2. Okay, so now I need to spend Metablox coin. Going from generation 1 to 2, I need to spend Metablox coin. So if you don't have Metablox coin, you cannot upgrade your generation. Okay, and there's other mechanics to it. Like if you trade it with other people, it's passed through a different hand, then you can still do it without spending Metablox coin. But this is the bypass. Okay, anyway, level up. Let's see. Yay, reached generation 2, and it's a tier 1, so it's still not the strongest. Let's refresh and see what shows up here. By the way, I don't want to just like take away what's Hatid's. So I appreciate you being like, if you're listening, I appreciate you being a good member in the community. So yeah, if you ask, I'll just give it to you for free as a gift. Okay, so because I appreciate what you're doing, I'm just showcasing like my strategy, how I try to optimize all that stuff. And you can see I can still level up. Generation 2, level 2. Generation, and I can even maybe go to the highest one. Okay, I think right now it's level generation 3, to be honest. Okay, let's level generation 2, level 3. So let's see. Yeah, so it takes some time to load all that stuff. But yeah, see now, this is the highest ranking blocks, generation 2, level 3. Again, if Hitid wants it, happy to pass it to him. This is a nice thing about the Web3 stuff. You can easily change ownership and whatnot. So this is cool, right? So yeah, I'll show you how I find blocks out there that has memory marks to do it. Okay, so that's the next thing. The next thing I usually do is I try to find my memories that already have high memory marks to it. So if I come here and I look at this memory that, I have this is the first time on a magazine, so in San Francisco. So I'm like, oh yeah, this is cool. So then I go to this blocks and I'm like, can I own this? Can I mint this? Oh no, it's owned by When the Stars Align, who is one of our earliest enthusiastic members, Dara. And so I'm like, and if I wanted the blocks, I could make an offer, right? It'll take me to OpenSea and I can offer, say, hey, I'd like to have this blocks. So that's one of my options. And so, she, like, say it is level 2. So she did upgrade it one time. And right, so now I could root it on the blockchain and I'll get benefits as the memory owner. Okay, and first of all, this memory will be on the blockchain preserved forever. So that's just intrinsically motivating to me. But you know, we're also building incentives where if your own memories are rooted on a weekly basis, you also get blocks credit, Metablox coin. We're just building some early good incentives there. So I'm gonna root this, and this becomes a favor to Dara, right? So now that it's rooted, all of these will be 5 times more. So now this is probably going to be like close to 100 in memory mark points, so that she could instantly upgrade this tier 4 pretty strong. Tier 4 blocks multiple levels and be strong. So speaking of, let's see if these ones are done rooting. Might not be, because again, it takes a while, but oh yeah, okay. So this is on the blockchain now. See, now again, it's not pretty. It's just a lot of stuff, but it is on the blockchain. It was preserved. So, and later we might do a facelift for this interface, all that stuff. But right now we're focused on the mission. All right. So this is on blockchain now. This is this is still root in progress, and this is still root in progress. Okay. So you can get a feel of the speed, but just because of that one, see, I can level up. That's cool. Level up. Pretty happy. Okay. So Octalis has reached level 3. This is an unfortunate thing. Like, it doesn't do its own refreshing. I have to refresh myself. But I think I'm able to level up again. All right, level up. Oh, maybe I can do generation 2. Not sure. All right, and then I'll refresh again. Technically, you can still press the button, but you won't see what it says. And if I'm lucky, like these roots will happen already. Okay, so now I cannot root because I still need a bit more. Or sorry, I cannot level up because I need some more. And maybe I just need to wait for this one to finish rooting. Okay, no problem. All is good. But, see, that just helps. Okay, so that one I don't own, right? That one Dara owns. So let me look at this one. This memory also has a lot of memory marks. It's clearly very meaningful to me because it's when I basically did my vows with my wife Angel. These pictures are pixelated, unfortunately, because it's the city hall that takes the photos. But yeah, it's meaningful for me, and I can read it. But oh, unfortunately, this is a landmark. The city hall is a landmark, San Francisco City Hall, so I can't own it. I will later. The only way to own it is to go through the landmark auctions and bid with meta rent, not any money, real money, but meta rent is the auction, and these will be launched later, probably like at the beginning 1 landmark a month and later on 2 landmarks a month. And so I would be especially motivated to bid on this landmark because I have a meaningful memory there, and it has decent amount of memory marks, right? So, but I'll it's an important memory, so I'll root it onto the blockchain. Yeah, root it. Let's do it. Let's do our mission. I've accumulated many Metablox coins, but when you start this journey, you will see that it's actually relatively hard to earn. You have to earn them slowly and so you will be a little more selective on which memories you want to root. All right, so but there are ones that could work out really well, like this one, San Francisco. I met people who were engaged with it, right? And you can see this one I also own, right? Owned by me. And, it's only generation 1. It's tier 4 is pretty good. So, I'm going to root to memory, root. All right. So that's what I would be doing, like just finding good memories I own and then starting to root it. Now, the next thing I'll do is again, I will find places that have a lot of memory marks and just try to buy the blocks with blocks credit, because I have blocks credit. If you don't and you really want it, again, you can put in $100 and that's just supporting the project. So this one, right? 15 memory marks, Kumate party. Now I'll say right now, unfortunately, there is no way to like just click on this, right? To go to the location. So I have to see like, oh, this is at Mr. Purple. So let's check that, right? Mr. Purple, oops, Purple, and it's in San Francisco, is in New York. And then we look at this blocks, and then it's like, we look at, it takes a little while, or it's because I clicked on the wrong place. I probably clicked on the wrong place. Okay, here. Okay, wow, there's 3 memories, 11 memory marks, 15 here, and 14 here. That's a lot, right? Who owns it? like I can see that it's owned already because it's red, not green. So, and it's when the stars align again. It's Dara. It's Dara, right? And again, if I wanted, I could make an offer here in OpenSea. Actually, to be honest, like all three of them, like look, I can root to memory, and these will all count 5 times, and these I can root to memory count five times. I'm actually gonna make an offer. Let's do it actually. Okay, make an offer. Maybe she's like, oh, there's not a lot going on with the project, so I don't want all these NFTs, so she'll say yes to it. But all right, let's say we'll give her 0.2 Ethereum, which is about $778. I don't know how often she checks this, so I'll just set 1 month duration, like it will expire after that. Make an offer. Deposit ETH into Polygon. Oh, I need ETH into Polygon. All right. Well, hopefully this works. This is the first time I'm doing this, especially so spontaneously without that much preparation. So okay, so I'm working with the interface with MetaMask right now. Continue. Does this work? Okay. Oh, and it's asking me to do it again. All right. So let's say I'm here. Transaction completed. Okay, so that means I made the offer, right? Is there a way to check again? To be honest, I rarely do this. Something like, wow, I want this, and I just go get it. So no offers yet. Okay, well, let me see if I can do it now this time. And if not, I'll do it later after the video. Obviously, no one wants to watch a person just trying to pay money to something, right? Okay, 1 month, make an offer. Okay, it still says this. Maybe it takes some time to deposit this. Before the video ends, I'll try again and see if we can capture that. Okay. All right, we'll see. It says your previous transaction is still being signed or submitted. All right, it'll take a while maybe. All right, anyway. Well, I'll showcase another example, like one I actually own. Okay, no, not what one I can mint, because you haven't seen that yet, right? So, all right. So let's say when I'm just browsing around, I'm looking at, here's a memory, but it doesn't have lobster from China. Maybe this one, but could be better. I think I can do better. So this one, right? Brunch at Post with Mickey. It has me. I care about this memory. So let's check it out. Post. P-O-S-T. New York. Okay, let's just try New York. I'm hiding my keyboard under my table because I'm recording. So is it this place? Okay, yeah, see, this is perfect because it's a blocks, it's green, it's unclaimed, and it has 14 memory marks. So what I would do is I would mint it and then route to blockchain. Perfect. And this will be a high level blocks that will give me a lot of resources that will help me continue to build up my empire, basically. So let's do this. All right, so here it says buy for $100, right? So when you click on it, it'll say what you want to use it with. I'm going to use Metablox credit because I just need to spend one, and I have many because I've been playing the game and I've been on the leaderboard. And yes, so you've got yourself a whole batch of blocks. Oh, it's only a tier 1 though. I'm so sad. This is like spontaneous, like a luck. It could be tier 1 to tier 5. Tier 1, very sad. Yeah, slightly bummed, but it's okay. I will route this block to the blockchain. So instantly, when I get a blocks, I don't get a level 1 blocks. I get a high level blocks immediately, and it's powered up. So this 14 will be times 5. So I can get a lot more blocks level, which means I'll get a lot more meta rent. And that will help me be on the leaderboard. That will give me more Metablox coin, blocks credit, and meta rent. And eventually the end goal is so that I could win my landmark auctions, so I can actually own landmarks in the world. My top landmark that I want is a Tiananmen Square in China, because that is the embodiment of what Metablox.co believes in, which is a memory that is meaningful, that's important, that the government or society or something wants to kill, wants to remove from human memory and existence, right? So that one, is the landmark I want the most. So hopefully when that day comes, when that's on auction, I will have enough resources to bid against everyone else. Okay. But you know, that's probably not going to be the first one to that we can. But we're going to start with some smaller ones, less significant ones, just make sure the technology is safe and whatnot. All right, so let's see if this works now. May or may not. Yeah. What is it? 0.2? Yeah, 0.2. 30 days. Make offer. Do I have money? No, still doesn't say it's working. Let's see. It's, oh, confirm. I mean, okay, let's try it again. I mean, it just says keep saying submitted that I deposited this, but I don't know how long it takes. You know, that's the thing about decentralized stuff. Yeah, it just takes a little while to do it. I mean, but it's still much better than a bank, right? A bank, like have to wait for the next business day. Here I'm trying to do it spontaneously within one video. So it sometimes works, sometimes doesn't. But here, yeah, so I think I've made the video for long enough. Thank you again for watching up to this point. But you get an idea, right? You get an idea of if you're early and you believe this is something that will keep growing, becoming more relevant. Again, it's not going to get less relevant, right? Important events and the places that happen in the real world, those will always be important 10 years from now, 20 years from now. Like little funny pictures, cute pictures, little mini games, those could go away. This one's always going to be more meaningful. And I don't mind being patient because I built my career on being like way too early. I started gamification in 2003, right? And this is why I'm a leading pioneer in the industry, multimillionaire, and all that stuff, right? So you know, I'm okay as long as I know it's valuable, it's sustaining. I don't and like there's still push on it. Like I'm still pushing on it. I don't mind. So just happy to see something get to fruition. And of course, if there are people who are allies, who are with me along the way, early pioneers, that's all the more enjoyable. And I appreciate that. I appreciate every support, whether it's time putting memories or you're actually buying the blocks through credit card or Polygon, whatever, or just cheering me up or cheering me on and up. That's all good. But anyway, I think that's gonna be it, right? As you can see, it's very spontaneous video. So I don't think there's other things I need to talk about. Feel free to ask me questions. Happy to address questions. Ping me on the Discord on Metablox. And if you don't know where to find that, I mean, you should, but yeah, message me on x.com and all that stuff. But make sure you say it's about Metablox stuff because there's so many people who are spamming for all these things and they wanted me to be an influencer, a KOL from some project, blah, blah, blah. And I just kind of ignore them. But if I see the word Metablox, I will pay attention. Okay, last time, let's try this. This is work. I'm not even gonna change the date because I don't know if it's gonna be worth my time. So let's see. Do this. No, okay, fine. If it works, I'll tell. And hopefully Dara will say yes, and I'll get this blocks. And maybe she's not even paying attention. Like she doesn't even know I can suddenly root all these things. Like maybe if she finds out, she will say no, and she will root these memories herself. Anyhow, that's all. So Yukai Chou signing off.